Hey there! Listen up. I am about to tell you something really wild, but stick with me. This secret has helped so many people who felt just like you do now, staring at an empty bank account. Tonight, you are going to learn an old trick, how to call money by its name. And guess what? The universe is listening way more closely than you think. I know. You are probably thinking, oh great, another fluffy video about positive thoughts while my bills pile up. I get it. You've made vision boards. You've repeated affirmations until you were hoarse. You've watched every guru, bought every crystal, and set all the intentions. Yet, money still plays hide and seek with you, and it is really good at hiding. You are tired of searching. Here is the real talk nobody tells you. You've been asking for money all wrong. You've been shouting into an empty space, wondering why the universe isn't picking up your call. But what if money, like everything else, answers to clear details? What if your money prayers just bounce back because you are too general, and the universe only understands specifics? Let me give you an example. Imagine shouting, "Hey person," in a busy room. Will anyone enthusiastically turn around? Probably not, they'd be confused. But if you call someone by their actual name, look them in the eye, and speak clearly, watch how fast they respond. They lean in, pay attention, and are ready to talk. The universe works the same way. When you just wish for more money or financial ease, it is like sending a mass email nobody opens. The universe gets thousands of those daily. But when you call money by its specific name with purpose and crystal clear intent, it is like sending a personalized invitation with a fancy seal. And the universe RSVPs with a big yes now. Why does this matter so much? Some of you might think it is just playing with words. But words, my dear, are everything. Words create worlds. Your words aren't just sounds. They are creative forces, commands, and prayers being answered in real time. Everything in your life right now is because of the words you speak, the thoughts you think, and the stories you tell yourself. The problem is, most people accidentally invite poverty into their lives with their daily words. You wake up, check your bank account, and say, "I am so broke." You want something and instantly say, "I can't afford that." Someone invites you out, and you say, "Money is really tight." You see successful people and think, "Must be nice. Money just comes easily to them, not to me." And the universe, like a perfect, obedient helper, says, "Your wish is my command," and gives you exactly what you ordered. You ordered broke. You get broke. You ordered can't afford it. You get more situations where you can't afford things. You ordered tight money, and money hides from you. But here is the amazing part that will change everything. The universe follows a rule that ancient wise people knew, mystics understood, and scientists are just now figuring out. Everything is energy, and energy reacts to vibration. Your words vibrate, your thoughts vibrate, your feelings vibrate, and money, my dear, is also energy. It is not just paper, coins, or numbers on a screen. It is a current, a flow, a force moving through the universe, looking for ways to move. It flows, it moves. It responds to your frequency like a radio station responds to its dial. When you call money by name, when you speak to it with clear details and strong belief, you are tuning into its frequency. You are finally speaking the same language. You are not trying to speak English to someone who only understands French anymore. You are matching the vibe. You are aligning with the flow. You are becoming a magnet instead of pushing it away. Think of it this way. If I told you to find a thing in your house, you'd be confused, right? What thing where? How would you even know it when you found it? But if I said, go get the blue ceramic mug with the chipped handle from the second shelf of your kitchen cabinet, the one you bought on vacation 3 years ago, you'd know exactly what to do. You'd have a clear picture in your mind. You'd go straight to it and recognize it immediately. The universe needs that same level of clarity from you. Not vague hopes, not crossed fingers, but specific, named requests that show purpose and absolute certainty. So let's get real. I am not here to just give you nice ideas that don't help your bank account. I am here to give you a method that actually works, One you can use tonight to start changing your money situation right away. Fair warning, it might feel a little weird or uncomfortable at first. But remember, feeling a bit strange often comes with becoming powerful. Everyone powerful I know was willing to do things that felt a little silly at first. First, and this is super important, stop using poor language right now. I mean immediately, from this moment on. Every time you catch yourself saying, I am broke, or I can't afford it, or money doesn't come to me, or I am bad with money, or anything negative about money, you stop. Bite your tongue if you have to. Catch yourself, because every time you speak those words, you are telling the universe to send you more of that exact experience. Instead, you are going to reframe. This isn't about fake positivity, where you pretend everything's fine when it is not. This is about creating consciously. This is about speaking from the reality you are building, not the one you are leaving behind. So instead of I am broke, try, I am calling in my money right now. Instead of I can't afford it, say I am choosing to use my money elsewhere right now. Or even better, I am calling in the money for that. Instead of money is so hard for me, say money flows to me easily, and I am getting better at receiving it every day. See the difference? One talks about lack. The other talks about choice and moving towards something better. The universe is always listening, always responding, always creating your next moment based on this one. So, make sure you're saying what you actually want. Second, get really specific about the money you need. I mean, down to the penny specific. So specific it might feel a bit much, but that is the whole point. Don't just say you need money. That tells the universe nothing. Money for what? How much by when? For what reason? Give details. If you need $3,247 for your car repair, then that is the exact number you say. Not about $3,000, but $3,247. If you need $532 for groceries this month, say that. If you need $15,000 to pay off your credit card, name. If you need $200,000 for a house down payment, claim that exact amount. The universe doesn't do vague, it does exact. It is like a cosmic online store. When you order, it needs to know exactly what to send. Tonight before bed, write down the exact amounts of money you need. No estimates, no ranges, just exact numbers. And write down what each amount is for. Make a list. Make it real. Don't be shy. Don't round down to seem more sensible. Don't make your needs smaller to seem less greedy. Be honest. Be specific. Call that money by its exact number. Third, and this is where the real magic happens. You are going to give your money a job. Money loves having a purpose. It wants to know what it is being called for, what mission it is on. Money without a purpose is like an employee with no job description, just wandering around confused. But money with a clear purpose, that money will move heaven and earth to get to you because it knows it is needed. It knows it has work to do. So, when you call in that $3,247, don't just say the number. You say, I am calling in $3,247 for my car repair, so I can safely get to work and keep building my abundant life and serving my purpose in this world. See what we did there? We gave the money a name, the specific number. We gave it a purpose, the car repair, and we linked it to your bigger vision. Your ability to work, be safe, be abundant, serve, that is an invitation the universe can use. That is a prayer that gets answered. Or let's say you need money for rent. Don't just say, I need rent money. Say, I am calling in $1,500 for my rent, due on the 1st of the month, so I can live in peace and security, and have a safe place to create my dreams and rest. You are adding meaning. You are adding purpose. You are connecting it to your well-being and your bigger goals. The universe responds to that level of intention. Fourth, practice speaking to money as if it is already yours. This is where most people get stuck because they think it is lying or being unrealistic. They think they're pretending. It is not lying, darling, it is claiming, and there is a huge difference between the two. When you say, thank you for the $3,247 that is coming to me, you are not being unrealistic. You are acting from faith. You are speaking from the end result. You are treating money like the loyal friend it wants to be. already celebrating its arrival before it shows up physically. This is how the universe works. This is how creation happens. Faith brings things into existence. Faith is believing in what you hope for, the proof of what you can't yet see. You have to see it in your mind before you see it in your bank account. You have to feel it as real before it becomes real. You have to thank it before it arrives, because that gratitude is what opens the door for it to flow. Doubt pushes things away. Worry keeps things distant. But faith and gratitude, those are the strongest magnets. So start talking about your money in the present and future tense. Never in a wishful past tense. Not, I wish I had money. But money flows to me constantly. Not, maybe one day I'll be rich. But I am abundant, and my abundance grows every single day. Not, I hope money comes. But money is coming to me right now in expected and unexpected ways. Feel the difference in those statements. Feel how one makes you feel small and desperately hopeful, while the other makes you feel powerful and confidently expecting. Fifth, and this might be my favorite part because it is so simple yet so powerful. Stop treating money like an enemy or some mysterious force that only likes other people. Many of us have a bad relationship with money. We resent it. We're suspicious of it. We think it is bad or makes people bad. We think rich people are less spiritual. We have all these strange stories about money from our parents, culture, religion, and past times when we didn't have enough. But here is the truth. Money is neutral. It is energy. It is a tool. It goes to whoever calls it with the clearest signal, whoever has the least resistance, whoever treats it like a welcome friend instead of a necessary evil. So, start talking to money like you are in a relationship with it, because you absolutely are. You have a relationship with money whether you admit it or not, and for most of you it is a troubled relationship filled with resentment, distrust, and disappointment. What if you treated money like a dear friend? What if you greeted it every morning, say good morning to money when you wake up? Thank money when it shows up, even if it is just a penny on the sidewalk, even if it is just $1 in your pocket you forgot about, even if it is your regular paycheck you expect. Acknowledge every bit of money that comes to you, no matter how small, because that tells the universe you are paying attention and you are thankful. And gratitude, my dear, is the fastest way to multiply anything in your life. I want you to start keeping what I call a prosperity journal. Every single day, write down every bit of money that came to you. Your paycheck, yes, but also that refund you got, that $5 your friend paid back, that discount at the store, that free coffee someone bought you. Count it all, acknowledge it all, thank it all. Because when you start seeing how much money actually flows to you, even now, even when you think you don't have enough, you'll realize that money is already coming. You are just not noticing it. You are not appreciating it. And so the universe thinks you don't want more because you are not even seeing what is already arriving. Now, here is a little trick I want you to try tonight, and I am serious about this. This is not optional. If you truly want to change your financial life, this is your homework from the universe. Before you go to sleep, sit quietly for just 5 minutes. Turn off the television. Put your phone down, get calm. Take 3 deep breaths to clear your mind and focus on your heart. Then, out loud if you are alone, or in your mind if you have people around, speak directly to the universe. Talk to it like your best friend, your loving parent, your devoted partner. Say something like this, and you can change the words to fit your situation. Universe, God, Source, whatever name feels right to you. I am calling in exactly the money I need. I am calling in $12,000 to pay off my credit card debt and be free of that burden. I am calling in $3,000 to build my emergency fund so I can sleep peacefully at night. I am calling in $2,000 for that course I want to take that will help me grow my skills and my income. I am calling in $500 extra this month for groceries and some breathing room. I call this money by name. I call it with purpose. I call it with absolute faith and expectation. I claim it as already mine, already on its way, already moving through the universe toward me right now. I thank you for delivering it to me at the perfect time, in ways that surprise and delight me, through channels expected and unexpected. I am ready to receive. I am open to receive. I am grateful to receive. And so it is. Do you feel that? Do you feel the change that happens when you speak with that kind of clarity and certainty? That is not begging. That is not hoping. That is commanding. That is claiming. That is you changing from a victim to a creator. From powerless to powerful. From someone who wishes for money to someone who calls it forth by name. The universe responds to people who know what they want and aren't afraid to ask for it. Specifically, confidently, with absolute certainty that it is already theirs. Confidence is attractive. Clarity is mighty. Specificity is unstoppable. And you, my dear, are about to become all three. You are about to become a version of yourself that speaks differently, thinks differently, and expects different results. And that version of you, that version attracts money like a magnet attracts metal. But let's talk about the big worry. I know some of you are thinking, this sounds great, but what if it doesn't work? What if I call money by name and nothing happens? What if I do everything you say and I am still broke next month? What if this only works for other people? I hear you. I understand that fear. But here is what I know from years of seeing this work, from experiencing it myself, from watching it change lives over and over again. The universe has never failed to respond to true faith backed by action. Notice I said, backed by action. This is super important. You can't just sit on your couch. Call money by name and expect it to appear out of thin air while you eat chips and watch television, and don't do anything different with your life. That is not how this works. The universe responds to faith plus action. It meets you halfway. It creates opportunities, but you have to walk through the doors. It sets up situations, but you have to show up. It sends you ideas, but you have to act on them. So, when you call money by name with purpose and clear details, you also have to be willing to move. You have to do your part. You have to take the inspired actions that come to you. When you suddenly feel like calling that person you haven't talked to in months, make that call. When you see a job ad that excites you, apply for it. When someone mentions a chance and something inside you lights up, follow that feeling. When you get an idea for a side business or a way to help, act on it. The universe sets up the dominoes, but you have to be willing to push the first one and trust that the rest will fall perfectly. And here is something else that is super important, something that often trips people up. When money starts showing up, Faye, and it will, I promise, Faye, you have to receive it without guilt, suspicion, or getting in your own way. This is huge. Many people finally call money in. It starts flowing, things start changing, and then they panic. They think it is too good to be true. They wonder if they deserve it. They feel guilty for having money when others don't. They immediately spend it all to get rid of the uncomfortable feeling of having it. They create some emergency that eats up the money, because deep down they don't believe they deserve to keep it. Stop that nonsense right now. You called it by name. You gave it a purpose. You claimed it with faith. You took action. You did the work. You absolutely deserve every single penny that comes to you. Receive it with joy, with thanks, with the confidence of someone who knows they are working with a generous universe that wants them to do well. Don't say sorry for your abundance. Don't make it seem smaller. Don't hide it. Don't ruin it. Receive it. Celebrate it. Manage it well. And use it to create more good in your life and in the world. I've seen this work in the most amazing, unbelievable, absolutely mind-blowing ways. I've watched people call in the exact amount they needed, down to the cent, and have it show up within days through the most unexpected ways. A check in the mail they forgot about from an old insurance claim. A new client who found them out of nowhere and wanted exactly what they offered. A refund they didn't expect from something they'd given up on months ago. A bonus at work that wasn't planned. An investment that suddenly paid off. A stranger who paid for their groceries. An opportunity that just appeared perfectly formed. The universe is wildly, creatively, joyfully generous in how it delivers. But it always delivers when you call with clarity, faith, and expectation. I remember one person who needed exactly $6,712 for a medical procedure. They called that exact amount by name, gave it that specific purpose, and thanked it beforehand. Within 2 weeks, they got a call about an old savings bond their grandmother had bought for them 20 years ago that had finally matured. And when they cashed it in, guess what? $6,712 exactly. That is not just luck. That is the universe responding to a clear, specific call. Another person needed $3,000 for their rent by the end of the month and had no idea where it would come from. They were tempted to panic, stress, and fall back into old poor thinking. But they stayed strong. They called that money by name every single day. They thanked it. They expected it. They took action as they felt guided, updating their resume, reaching out to old contacts, saying yes to opportunities. And in the last week of the month, seemingly out of nowhere, someone contacted them for a freelance project that paid, you guessed it, exactly $3,000. And they could start right away. These aren't rare exceptions. This is how it works when you understand the rules and use them consistently. The universe isn't playing favorites. It is not giving abundance to some and holding it back from others based on some random judgment. It is responding to the frequency, to the clarity, to the expectation. Change your frequency by changing your words. Increase your clarity by naming your money specifically. Raise your expectation by treating money like it is already yours. Now, some of you might be dealing with deeper money issues. Old stories that are so deep you barely notice them anymore. Stories about not deserving wealth. Stories about money being the cause of all evil. Stories about rich people being greedy or selfish. Stories about how hard you have to work for money. Stories about your family always being poor, so you'll always be poor. Stories about money and spirituality not mixing. These stories are chains, my dear, and it is time to break them. Let's clear some things up right now. Money is a tool. It is like a speaker that makes things louder. It makes you more of what you already are. If you are generous, money makes you more generous because now you have more to give. If you are kind, money gives you more ways to show that kindness. If you are creative, money gives you resources to create bigger and better things. Money doesn't make good people bad. It shows who they really are. Yes, but it doesn't create bad character. If someone becomes terrible with money, they were already terrible. They just didn't have the resources to fully show it yet. There is nothing spiritual about being broke. Poverty doesn't make you noble. It doesn't make you wiser. It doesn't make you a better person. It just makes you tired, stressed, and limited in your ability to help yourself and others. You are allowed to want money. You are allowed to call it in. You are allowed to be abundantly, joyfully, ridiculously wealthy. The universe doesn't have a shortage problem. It created billions of galaxies with trillions of stars. It can certainly make sure you have enough money for your needs, your wants, and your dreams. Some of the most spiritual, most giving, most loving people I know are also very wealthy because they understand that money is energy, and they are good channels for that energy to flow through. They receive it thankfully and share it generously. And it keeps flowing because that is what energy does when it is not blocked by guilt, fear, or limiting beliefs. So tonight, right now, I am giving you an assignment directly from the universe, through me to you tonight. Before you sleep, you are going to call money by name. You are going to be specific. You are going to write down the exact amounts you need, and for what reason. You are going to speak them out loud, with confidence and strong belief. You are going to thank them in advance. You are going to give them jobs to do, and then you are going to let them go to the universe with total faith, knowing that what you've called is already on its way to you. It is moving from the unseen world into the seen world, rearranging situations and people and events to deliver itself to you at the perfect time. And here is where you come in, because I want to know what happens when you try this. I want you to comment below right now and tell me what specific amount you are calling in tonight. Write it down, send it out to the universe through your words. Say, I am calling in X amount for Y purpose. And watch what happens. This isn't just about being responsible, though that matters. This isn't just about joining in, though that helps. This is about our combined energy. When we all call our money by name together, when we all raise our energy together, when we all expect abundance together, we create a wave that is absolutely unstoppable. We remind each other that we're not crazy, we're not alone, and we are definitely not powerless. We are creators. We are manifestors. We are children of a generous universe that wants us to do well. So comment below, tell me your number, tell me your purpose. Don't be shy, don't be embarrassed. Your abundance doesn't take away from anyone else's. There is enough for everyone. Your good fortune actually helps other people because it shows them what is possible, and it gives you more resources to share, contribute, and create good in the world. And listen, if this feels right to you, if something changed inside you while watching this, if you feel different now than you did 20 minutes ago, then you need to subscribe to this channel, because we're just getting started. I am going to be sharing more of these old money principles that actually work, the ones that don't make you twist yourself into a spiritual knot, or ignore reality, or pretend everything's fine when it is not. Real principles, practical ways, tricks you can use today, tonight, right now to change your money situation. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. Because next week I am revealing the secret language that makes opportunities chase you, instead of the other way around, and you won't want to miss it. I am talking about the words that make people say yes to you, the phrases that open doors, the way of speaking that makes the universe move mountains for you. But for now, for tonight, your only job is this. Call your money by name. Be specific. Be brave. Be expecting. Stop with the vague wishes and the general hopes and the crossed fingers. Name your number. Give it purpose. Thank it beforehand. Speak to it like it is already yours. Because here is the secret that changes everything. It already is yours. It has already been set aside for you. It is already moving toward you. You just have to call it home. You just have to give it permission to arrive. You just have to open your hands and your heart and your expectation to receive it. Remember, darling, you are not asking the universe for favors. You are not begging some stingy God to throw you scraps. You are claiming what is already yours. You are calling your money by name because you understand that being specific is power, that your words are creative forces, that your faith is real, that your expectation is magnetic, and that the universe is waiting eagerly, joyfully, excitedly, to give you everything you've been too vague or too afraid, or too stuck in scarcity thinking to ask for. Money is not your problem. Money has never been your problem. Unclear communication has been your problem. Poor language has been your problem. Vague wishing has been your problem. Lack of clear details has been your problem. But that ends tonight, right now. This moment, from here on out, you speak differently, you think differently, you expect differently. You call your money by name, and the universe has no choice but to deliver. The universe obeys when you call money by name because you are finally speaking its language. You are finally acting as the powerful creator you were always meant to be. You are finally using your words as the tools they were meant to be. You are finally understanding that you are not a victim of situations, but a creator of situations. And money, that loyal friend, that willing helper, that flowing energy, has just been waiting for you to call it clearly, so it knows where to go. So go ahead right now. Don't wait. Write down those numbers. Speak them with authority. Give them purpose. Thank them in advance. Feel them as already yours. And then watch with absolute wonder as the universe rushes to fulfill the very specific order you just placed. Watch as opportunities appear. Watch as ideas come. Watch as money shows up in expected and unexpected ways. Watch as your bank account changes. Watch as your financial life transforms. Not because you got lucky, not because you finally deserved it, but because you finally understood how to speak the language of abundance, because you finally learned to call your money by name. Your abundant life is waiting. Your money is ready to come home. All it needed was for you to call it clearly, specifically, confidently, by its exact numerical name. Now go do it. The universe is listening. The universe is responding. And darling, it is about to deliver in ways that will absolutely delight you, surprise you, and prove to you once and for all that you are not powerless. You are not limited, and you are certainly not forgotten. You are a beloved child of an abundant universe, and it is time you started living like it. Sweet dreams.